Welcome to our final project demo. As you can see, our game is an RPG game with a background of medieval adventure and discovering treasures. So before we start playing the game, let's take a brief look at the mechanics of player and enemies.
So I will first introduce our player features. So for the player have two ways to attack. They can draw the sword to get closer attack, and also they can use guns to shoot. On the left corner you can see the bullet count, and if the bullet drops to 0, the player can reload. And on the left corner you can see that's back to 30, which is full. And also on the left corner, you can see the health of the player. There will be some buffer in the map to change the maximum health and attacking damage. So that is our players.
So I will do a quick, really short demo for the three kinds of enemies we made. And the first one is the Frozen. The Frozen will actually be in a petrol bus, and it will turn to me and try to hit me if I'm within range. And if it hits me, it will block my control, so I cannot control my player like for 2 seconds, and it will reduce my health by 2. It actually goes in the petrol bus, but the map is not big enough that I cannot. Yeah, I can show it's like this. And the second one is the archer, and it will like try to chase it will target the player and try to hit it if there is nothing between the player and the archer, and it will move around so that it is not too close with the player, and hit when there is nothing between the player and the enemy, and it's safe. And if I run to it, it will just run away so that we can keep a distance. And if I hit it, just never mind. So it just like it will move around and try to keep a distance from the player and tries to shoot the player. And finally, the last one is the pursuer, and it will just like move randomly, and if the player collapses with a certain range of collision box, and it will chase the player and hit the player. And it will reduce the player's health by like 15.
That's all about the mechanics of our player and enemies. Now let's go back to the game demo. The first level of our game is a maze game. After the player entered the maze, he could choose a random direction to go ahead. There are some enemies and flamethrowers randomly displayed in the maze, which will hurt the player. And we will wait for the flamethrower stop, and we will pass through it very quickly. The flamethrower will only pause for 3 seconds. So we can also wait at the security corner. And finally, as the player successfully passed the first barrier, be able to enter the second level.
Hi everyone, this is Will, and I'm gonna talking about like the workflow of our game, and I'm gonna present the second level design. It is like the Maya area. So for this area, the player have to use a hint map. This hint map will indicate which blocks are safe, which blocks are not safe, corresponding to the orientation of the statue. The person could press the X keyboard to show or close this guide map. If the player step on the wrong block, it will and that's the end of the game. If we hit this replay, it will restart this current level. So let's go through this game. Here, here, here. 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 So first level it have two rounds. This is the first one. If we go through this area and we go through this door, it will teleport us to the next round. And for this round, we need to be more careful. So. If we pass this area, go through this door, it will teleport us to the final level, the boss level.
Then I will introduce our third level, the boss level. There's some there's some buff treasure in the map, and player can explore this map together. And also, they need to go to this room to beat the final boss here, and after that they can win the game. So let me show the demo. One treasure is here. You can see the health change to 200, and during the attack you will see that the sport damage increase. And there are also two treasures here, but it's relatively dangerous for player to get them. Another one is just in the end of the route. Here you can see the number of bullets just increase. Now let's go to the boss fight. In order to finish the demo quickly, I increased the sport damage so I can kill the boss very quick. There's a phase 2 of the boss. You can see the health of the boss. Just increase and spawn a lot of other small enemies to attack us. Okay, now we beat the boss. It will die and the final UI will be showed. That is our games. Thank you very much.